You spend hours of every week with boring tasks, copying from emails to a spreadsheet manually, writing a social media post for every new blog or article. What if I told you there's an actually you could teach a computer to do all that without even writing a single code? That's not even a science fiction nowadays. You know why? Because of the power of AI. And today I'm going to show you how it all started with this tool called Zapier. What is Zapier? You understand what Zapier? I'm just gonna explain it. It's like a digital glue. You know that you have the mailbox, Gmail, and then I want you to automatically make a copy of that picture in with my drawing box. The magic glue does it for you instantly every single time, and you don't even have to do any work anymore. So Zapier is the digital glue that connects all the different apps, that programs that makes them work together as a team. There's the core trigger of action. The trigger is that initial starting signal. It's like the first domino that falls in the first line, right? And then in our toy box, the trigger was when I get the new letter in my mailbox with a picture. Thinking of the real world triggers when the school bell rings, right? When the traffic turns into light green, when your alarm goes off, it's even in the kicks in everything. Like Zapier, a trigger is always something new happening in the app, and the action is to do that. The action is the job that gets it done, and is affected that happens because of the trigger. In our toy box story, action was to put a copy on the picture on my drawing board. To follow of our real world example, the actions are the car doesn't start or you get out of the bed. Is that the task that the Zapier perform automatically for you? Now, putting it all together, every single automation that you build on Zapier, they call SAPs. They're following their exact recipe so that you pick one trigger and or one more actions. So the trigger are what the customer pay me on PayPal. Trigger. Action is when their name and their email are on a Google Sheet. Trigger when I post a new video on YouTube. Action when automatically create a post about something in my Facebook page. Understanding the difference between the trigger, the start, and the action, the job, is the key to unlocking everything within automation. Okay, so what is the AI and what we are adding to our automation? Forget about the complicated code. The easiest way to think about AI is like, how do you imagine you hire a super smart intern who is amazing with work? And then this intern is incredibly fast and reads everything you give them. And then he never needs a coffee break, for example. This intern is really fast, reads everything that you give it to them, and they never take a break. So you can give them a specific job and they are an expert on one of these four main things. One, to understand, you can give them a customer's email and ask if this person is happy or angry, and then the intern can actually read the tone and tell you number two, to summarize. You can give them a super long article or report to say, tell me what this is about in just one sentence. Now, here's the magic. Zapier lets you add the smart intern and a new step in each red. Instead of just trigger you can trigger when a new emails arrive, then the AI steps, the intern that we were talking about, hand it to our smart intern and tells them to summarize all that in one sentence. And the final action is that's sent to the summary to me has a text message. So that the AI, the whole thing is not just an AI brain. You can actually add more power to the middle of your workflow to make your automation more smart. Okay, so let's see how the magic happens, right? We're going to give you a smart robot, a helper that's very new on the job. And the first job that he's going to do is the filling helper. Imagine that you have a magic mailbox that you get a lot of letters from friends. And some letters are happy, like, I love my new toy. I'm really sad, and it's a lot of work to read them all, of course. So when we give our robot helpers the magic mailbox, then the AI job the letter to the robot helper so that the the robot has superpowers and it reads the letter to figure it out if your friend is happy or not. And it's all right one little and finally the action. If the robot see that the letter and it sends it super fast to the airplane, to the team of the clubhouse, to let everybody now. So now you never miss a sad letter and can help your friend. Another example is like the town. Imagine that you love writing cool a news story you want to tell everybody that you can read it. So we give our robot helper this rule, the first, which is to trigger when you finish writing a brand story in your storybook, then the AI job, the robot helper reads your new story and it uses smart brain to think of a short, exciting announcement for the town prior to jail. So yeah, a new story about a dragon is out now. Hashtag adventure time, right? And finally, the action is that the robot helper takes the little announcement and write it down on a special notepad for you. And then later you can look at this announcement and decide whether the whole time about your news stories, right? So that the magic isn't just connecting bugs, it's about having smart helper in the middle that you can think and then you can go inside and start playing with a lot of toys for free. That's the free plan. You can connect your toys to boxes and make fun rules with anything. Now the smart robot helper is a very special super power toy. To play with that one, you need two things. You need a secret key. This is like a special password to unlock this robot's room, and then game tokens. So every time you ask the robot to do like reading a long letter, you had to give it a tiny token in order to perform that action. But don't worry about it. Do is to ask a grown up to help you to get the Zapier website to get your free toy and say you're playing. So you see this magic AI stuff isn't some big scary and it's fun and tool like helper that you can teach to do chores for you. You can build amazing things that make your life easier. Now, I have a question for you. What is the very first chore that you want to teach your robot to help her to do? Would you teach it to do some sort of like toys, read your emails, or tell every single morning? That's up to you, I guess. Tell me your ideas in hit that thumbs up button and ask your parents to help you to subscribe so you don't miss out